Coming up on Mountain News this morning, an Eastern Kentucky elementary school asks for donations in order to help kids in foster care, and volunteers from out of state help build a new food pantry to help feed families here in the Commonwealth.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. It's Tuesday and it's 5:30. I'm Dakota. Oh my gosh, it's Tuesday. Brandon, today's Wednesday. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm taking us back some. All right, let's go over to Brandon and talk about Wednesday's weather.
Gosh, I can't take you anywhere.
I was so confident. I was so confident.
And you've been on this shift, the weekday shift, for what, 3 weeks now?
Well, that's not an excuse.
That's exactly right. That's not an excuse for you to mess up the day.
Well, I'm just taking us back.
That's right, exactly.
I could have said Monday.
You could have, and then I'd been like, no. Anyway, it's Wednesday, middle of the week, hump day. Let's get into the forecast this morning. Some fog out there. It is chilly. As we take a look across our region, the traffic moving along pretty well there, I-75. Also some clouds out there, so be careful of that. Temperatures down to 29 in Irvin, 36, Somerset and Jacksboro. A lot of low 30s out there this morning, so some patchy frost is a possibility. Keep that in mind. Breakfast forecast, it's going to be a little bit on the cooler side all the way through mid-morning there at about 8 o'clock, and you'll continue to see that trim as we head through the rest of the daytime hours too. Only about 47 for a daytime high. Mostly cloudy, mainly cloudy, peaks of sunshine, but the fog should give way here pretty soon. 8:01. That's depressing. Sunrise today and then sunset 6:32 tonight. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. The president of Georgetown College is out. The board of trustees voted Monday to terminate the employment of William Jones. His firing comes after the college was informed Sunday afternoon of allegations of sexual assault against a female college employee. Jones is also accused of behaving inappropriately with another female employee. Dr. Rosemary Allen, the college's provost, is now acting president. The college says the sexual allegations are under investigation. Multiple law enforcement agencies were involved on a chase following a hit and run in Prestonsburg on Monday. Prestonsburg 911 Center took a complaint about a white Chevrolet S10 truck with a drop gate which hit someone's car and drove off. Police later spotted a truck matching the description near the Lake Drive and Court Street intersection, which drove off after police tried to make a traffic stop. They chased the truck out of town toward Kentucky Route 3 and into Johnson County on Kentucky 321, and eventually into Painesville, where the driver lost control and crashed at the Kentucky 40 intersection near the Walmart. James J. Evans of Painesville was arrested and taken back to Floyd County and admitted to Highlands ARH. He is currently being treated for injuries at Pikeville Medical Center and faces a number of charges once he is released. A Harlan County man was indicted by a federal grand jury for lying on applications to receive federal COVID-19 relief funds. The Herald later reports that a grand jury indicted David Christopher Lewis. In early August, he took $370,000 in funding from a federal program set up to help businesses hurt by the coronavirus pandemic. Lewis faces one charge of wire fraud and 2 charges of tampering with documents or proceedings. Each charge carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. For the first time ever, Perry County District Court will have a jail-free Friday. The event on November 12th is for people who have an active bench warrant. You may contact a participating private attorney to receive free legal aid in resolving the warrant. The goal is to help victims receive payments they are owed and give people who may be confused about their situation a chance to pay their debts without jail time.
This gives them kind of that nudge to maybe get that process started and maybe find out that the end result isn't nearly as bad as what they have been worried or expecting.
Not everyone is eligible for the jail-free portion of the event. Serious crimes will be handled appropriately. A list of participating attorneys is available on WYMT.com. Filling backpacks to fill a need. The Painesville Elementary School Community Problem-Solving Team is calling for change, asking the community to help make a difference. Our Buddy Forbes shows us how.
What started as a plan to donate backpacks
I didn't know that they were carrying their belongings in a garbage bag.
quickly became an eye-opening project for the Painesville Elementary School Community Problem-Solving Team.
Children in foster care, they don't have families. They don't have things they need to help them.
So they opened their hearts and sent out a call to action.
So whenever we started learning that they don't just need a bag, they need so much more. We started looking into how can we do this.
Collecting donations to fill the backpacks.
I didn't know that these children, when they are being took out of their home, sometimes they leave with nothing.
With items so often taken for granted.
Didn't even think about basic things like toothbrushes and toothpaste.
Working with Mountain Comprehensive Care Center and the local Department for Children and Family Services to discover the needs.
Children are sleeping on the floor. I didn't know that.
And taking the initiative to make sure those are met.
It was heartbreaking. We all had a cry section. We have really dug into our souls on this one.
And while some students have experienced that need firsthand,
I am a foster mother of two, a baby and a 6-year-old. They really barely had anything when they came to us.
others just want to lend a hand to those who have.
I can imagine being one of those foster kids and my mom not taking care of me.
But they all agree on one thing.
Foster children deserve more.
As they work across county lines,
There's been nothing more exciting than to see these students see what other kids go through.
lining up to help foster change. In Johnson County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the team is collecting items at the school and through the Amazon wish list. A new food pantry is scheduled to open early next year in McCreary County, part of the Christian Appalachian Project Facilities Program. A new pantry is currently under construction with the help of more than 20 volunteers from Mount Airy, Maryland. Food insecurity is a major concern in the area. Site manager at Eagle Community Center and Food Pantry, Joe Bowden, says he wants people to know they are not alone.
You don't get to choose what you sort of have to eat what you're given, and that's hard for some people. So with us being able to give them a choice, that will really help drive additional enrollment.
Bowden says he is happy for the opportunity to help serve more people in the county once the pantry opens. Many people collect action figures, but Paintsville native Blake Bundy creates them with a 3D printer. Blake and his wife Chelsea created Beluga Studios, I think I mispronounced that, where Blake's love for Star Wars and action figure collecting can be more than just a hobby, but also a job. The relatively new business has grown quickly.
We got really big, really fast, and we were able to get our figures into some of the most prestigious Star Wars collections in the world.
Bundy says he feels a sense of pride being from Eastern Kentucky and accomplishing things like this. Well, it's one of the largest events the Kentucky Derby Festival puts on, and after a year or two of having to make a lot of changes, officials are just excited to be able to put the race back on. In 2020, there was no Kentucky Derby Festival Marathon earlier this year and had to be split up over 4 days. But if all goes according to plan for 2022, the mini and marathon could return to its former glory.
We bring people in from all over the country, actually a couple different countries, and really get to show off our city. You know, they get to run through all different parts of the city, you know, starting at Slugger Field, ending at Lynn Family Stadium as our finish line sponsor, and just getting to kind of show off all different aspects of the city.
Teaming up with GE Appliances this year, KDF will start the races on April 30th at 7 a.m. You can register now. Corbin officials are preparing for the Colonel Sanders Half Marathon and 10K race. Featuring a 13 and 6 mile race, the event has seen a strong response with more than 200 participants signed up, 60% of which are coming from out of state. Corbin Tourism Executive Director Maggie Mulholland says all proceeds are going towards the Corbin Backpack Program.
And that program, of course, helps to feed children in Corbin, Whitley, and Knox County schools. So we feel really good about being able to raise a significant amount of money to help that program.
Mulholland says the event will take place downtown on November 13th. Made locally in the city he grew up in, a Kentucky filmmaker is debuting his newest creation in Corbin. WYMT's Chaz Jenkins spoke with the director about the film.
An opportunity to show appreciation to a city he grew up in.
You would think it would be very ego-stroking, but it's actually very humbling. It's a theater that I grew up going to, and I even worked at for a little while.
Seeing support from the city to make the project happen.
Promoting the arts and supporting the arts, and this is just one more artistic creation, so to speak, that has come from a young man in our region.
Titled The Arbors, The film is about the idea behind memories.
Why we remember the things we do, and if those memories are significant or not, and like how they shaped us.
Premiering at the Tri-County Cineplex in the city it was created in.
I think that speaks volumes to be able to show it locally, to put it in the local theater and invite the local people out to celebrate the success.
Hoping to inspire other filmmakers in the region.
If you love it enough, if you love the story that you're telling enough, it's going to be a pretty good film because it's going to be a personal film. And there is no good or bad when it comes to that. It just is.
Showtime is 8 p.m. November 4th. In Corbin, Chaz Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, they say the Cineplex is only the first step. They also plan to submit the movie for several popular film festivals. Just ahead this morning, a director gives fans of one of his films a chance to own some never-before-seen clips.
The chance for winter weather tonight continues to decrease, but those cold temperatures will stick around for a little longer. I'll have the latest forecast in about 3 minutes.